Vikings were getting pressure. Shotgun formation again. There is the snap. This time the quarterback will keep it on the option. Looking straight at the field. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Madison Central. Schwartz on the option. Keeps it. Dives. And will give Madison Central the lead.
Nice little twist move there to break out of a tackle. They were gonna. He was stopped and got a little twist out there and able to punch it in there for the score.
Well, now what I
they're
believe
going to go for two
is going to be a 2-point conversion attempt, and they will go for 2. This is big. Shotgun formation. And now a timeout will be called.
I think they want to see how Warren Central is going to take the field. This is why this is so big, Jeremy. You already know. This is going to put them up 22-14, and boy, if Warren Central only gets time to score one more, an extra point's not going to do it. They're going to have to go for 2 as well.
Right, but if Madison Central doesn't get it, Warren Central obviously has the advantage in the kicking game. An extra point will win you the game.
So huge play coming up here for Madison Central as, you almost feel like the game is in the balance here. I guess we're both assuming already that Warren Central is going to be able to score it again, but wow. Look what they've done. Look what they did the third quarter. How about that? Very impressive.
Amazing third quarter for the Vikings. They trailed 14-0. They came roaring back, tied the game, and then looking to continue that dominance and just had a couple of just bad penalties. I should say bad. It was not the referee's fault and bad, but some just not smart plays on the Vikings that set Madison Central up in good field position for an easy drive here. Here is the extra, the try after. Shotgun formation, there's a snap. Hands it off, that'll be a pitch to the far side of the field, and he will walk into the end zone on the option, and 2-point conversion is good. So 22 now to 14, Madison Central leading, and with that, we'll send it back to the station and take a timeout and be back with more Vikings football on V105.5.
What happened last time?
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
He's moving up. Moving up.
Bearcats, Nick Caldwell.
To 14 against Madison Central.
They lined up again for that same kind of a kickoff, Jeremy. I tell you what I'm worried about. They're going to line up like that one of those times, and that's not what they're going to do.
Well,
you know that young man can kick it 50 yards.
Oof. And that big drive here for the Vikings. They trail by 8 in the fourth. You got to, you want to see if you can answer Madison Central. Under Central will go Kessler. There's the snap. Handoff this time to Reagan. On the reverse, Reagan will make one guy miss and will power up across the 50 into Madison territory to the 48-yard line. That's the first down.
Nice run, Jeremy. Going to move those chains one more time. 11:40 go in the game. Madison Central at that second extra point for 2 points, 22-14.
Well, Vikings trying to get into the hands of their playmaker, Marcus Reagan. Just as he got the first touchdown for the Vikings, he gets a nice run there. And we'll set the Vikings up inside Madison Central territory. Kessler in the shotgun. Takes a step. Madison Central brings a blitz. There's a pitch out to Stamps. And Stamps will run over a couple of guys, powering his way across the 45, down inside the 40.
Not enough to move the chains, Jeremy, but a very, very impressive run.
No kidding.
Kessler took a big hit there at the end of that play, but still able to get the ball off and, call that a healthy 8-yard run and 2nd and 2 to go from the 40-yard line, headed for the end zone.
Yeah, I tell you, that's one of the runs reminiscent we've seen Goodspeed have. Just one of those power runs you just run over people. A shotgun here for Kessler. Madison Central showing blitz off the edge. There's a snap. Back to pass, fired out of the backfield. Oh, it's intercepted by Madison Central, and he is headed to the house and will not be caught. That's a touchdown. He was looking for Stamps out of the backfield. Stamps was open, and what an amazing play by Madison Central. A game-changing play for Derek Ross.
Jeremy, I'm worried that's going to be hard to recover from right there. Move the ball. Interception, and take it to the house for Madison Central. 28-14 with 11 to go. You're looking at a two touchdowns needed in 11 minutes. I got to tell you this, though. We saw it in the third quarter. We could see it in the fourth.
A big undertaking, though, for the Vikings. I tell you, they were looking for Stamps out of the backfield. He was wide open, but Kessler did not put enough air under it, and it was easily picked and headed the other way. So perfect play called, not very good execution. Madison again will line up for two. There's a snap. Try to run the option again, and again will walk in. Schwartz will walk in for the two-point conversion. So now it's a 16-point lead for Madison Central, 30-14. And we'll send it back to the station for a timeout and be back in more Vikings football on V.
Every child is curious.
George, look what I found.
Turn their curiosity into a lifelong love of learning.
That's a periscope.
It's one of the most important gifts you can share. Create a curious reader.
Oh, you want to build a castle like that one? This is super bed.
And we welcome you back here to Viking Stadium. A tough blow here for the Vikings, as just minutes ago this game was tied at 14, and now it's 30-14. Madison Central leading. It can change just like that. Madison Central again will sky kick it to the far side, and it'll be fielded by the Vikings, and looking for a return is Caldwell, and he's not going to have much at 38.
Doesn't have much. They're still scrapping for the ball, it looks like, down there, but to no avail. The refs already called that play dead, and it is Viking football, 1st and 10 from the 38.
A big hole here for the Vikings. I tell you, that's just a deflating call. You go back to last year against Madison Central, the Vikings in that game, and then the 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown was the game-changing play that allowed Madison Central to pull away. And tonight, could it be the big interception by Frederick Ross that changes the game tonight?
Bobby Hall's getting a warning over there on the other sideline. He's all the way out on the field beyond the hash marks, and the referee sending him back to the sidelines. Flag on the play.
A personal foul. I don't know who's it against.
I don't know who that is either, but there's not a Warren Central person on the field right now. Madison's the only one on the field. Bobby Hall was all the way beyond the hash marks. The referee was trying to get him back. And
all right, it's against the Vikings. They are marking this off against the Vikings. Unbelievable. They're going to spot this at the 23-yard line.
The Vikings aren't even on the field yet, and wow. What's the call?
I have no idea. Apparently something happened on that kickoff. Another personal foul, and penalties again surface, and man, these are deflating penalties.
That's a death blow right there, Jeremy. 14-30, 11:04 to go in the game, and Warren Central finally takes the field. They must have gotten a whole new game plan over there, because that may be what the foul was.
Well, shotgun formation here for Kessler. Vikings have 11 minutes and 4 seconds to figure out how to get back in this game. Kessler from the shotgun will bring Williams in motion. There's a snap. Handoff up the middle. Goes Stamps. He will power his way. Spin move across the 30 down to the 32-yard line. And that's a nice opening game, as Reagan will now check into the game for the Vikings.
More substitutions coming in. Fresh play coming in. Number 28 runs off the field.
Yeah,
here we go back up to the line.
So Reagan will check in for Stamps. Kessler will operate out of the shotgun, trips to the far side of the field. There's a snap. Hand off to Reagan on a speed sweep, and he's going to be drilled for no gain, maybe a yard, depending. And come up about a yard shy of that first down.
Washington on the stop.
10-17 to go, 14-30, Madison Central over Warren Central.
Man, let me tell you.
That happened fast, too, didn't it, Jerry? Just a minute ago, it seems like we were all tied up.
I know. I mean, literally, at the start of the fourth quarter, it was 14-14. That's less than 2 minutes ago. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 1 here for the Vikings. Kessler takes a snap, hands off up the middle to Greg King. He is met right there at the line of scrimmage. What a tackle by Madison Central.
Dropped him for a loss. Looks like they're going to let him keep the same spot.
They're going to say first down, maybe forward progress. That's
going to move the chains. That's a pretty generous spot right there.
Well, Greg King took a hit, but got the first down apparently. I'm telling you, if I'm the Vikings, I do whatever I can to put Larry Warner in a uniform. Shotgun formation for Kessler. He'll take the snap. Again, trying to run the option. Oh, it's fumbled. Picked up again by Stamps. He'll break loose of one tackle, power across the 35, and turns a bad play into about 4 yards. Not sure how he did that, but
that was a good bounce back to him. Otherwise, that was a totally different play. But good thing he was able to pick that up and keep control of that ball.
Second down and 6 here for the Vikings. 9 minutes left here in the game. Vikings down by 16 points.
Clock continues to run. 8:55, 8:54.
Kessler in the shotgun. Going to start needing some chunks of yards here. Again, bring Reagan in motion. Play action to Reagan, looking to throw. Fires over the middle, looking for Williams. Incomplete, and there's a flag for pass interference.
There's one way on the other side of the field, too, Jeremy. There's laundry all over the field. Clock stops with 8:42 to go. 30-14, Madison Central over Warren Central. First down, they're moving the chains. Pass interference, that's going to be from the spot of the foul, and that's going to be a huge, huge game.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. They would put the ball inside Madison territory at the 47-yard line. Vikings again down by 16. Looking to see if they can get back into this game.
Clock starts to wind, 8:42.
Shotgun formation for Kessler. 3 wide receivers to the top, 1 down here to the near. Kessler takes a snap, hands off the middle to Stamps, and he's going to be decked.
Nowhere.
No gain on the play.
Absolutely nowhere. Ran into a tree.
I'm telling you, they are bringing Frederick Ross off the end every single time.
And it's very effective.
Yeah, and that's the guy that made the interception. Just because he was coming off the end, he got his hands up and made the pick last time. Again, he's showing blitz. Showing like he's coming. And now there's a flag thrown. He's going to jump off sides. This has got to be against Frederick Ross. It will be. He's a little eager this time, and you can see his own man getting in his face.
Look at Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall's he's getting another warning from the ref well beyond the hash marks. Coaches can't come that far out on the field. I don't care how upset they are.
Joe Green from Madison Central saying, "What are you doing? We are winning. You don't have to act like you're blitzing every play. Just back up." So, free 5 for the Vikings. Shotgun for Kessler. Back to pass. Looking to throw. Play action. Pumps. Fires it deep. Looking for Davis. Way overthrown by about 5 yards.
Clear out of bounds. Matter of fact, we're lucky. Little heads-up play from Madison Central, and that would have been another interception.
Yeah. Madison had a better shot at that than what the Vikings did, and that was looking for Corey Davis.
7:49 to go in the game. 30-14. Madison Central over Warren Central.
That ball
Crowd's gotten quiet.
Yes, they have. That ball is spotted at the 42-yard line of Madison Central, facing a 3rd down and 5. A 5 wide receiver set here for Kessler. Takes a snap, rolls here to the near side, looking to throw, fires out, and it's incomplete, intended for Reagan, in and out of his hands. Reagan had it at the 15-yard line, and it's 4th down.
No flag on the play, so that was a good Good, clean play.
Well, Vikings will have to go for it here on 4th down as they trail by 16 points. Reagan, usually pretty sure-handed, not able to bring that one in.
Another substitution for Warren Central.
Yep, as Aaron Stamps will now come into the game as Marcus Reagan, who's guilty of the drop, will check out of the game. And Davis will head up top. Down low is Williams. There's a snap. Kessler back to pass, looking to throw. Fires it over the middle, looking for Williams. Williams got his man. Breaks one tackle and will power his way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A first down gain on 4th down. And the Vikings, with 7 minutes and 33 seconds, are trying to make this a game again.
Jeremy, let me tell you how huge that was. If that play didn't happen just like that, that was the ball game. That kept this team in the ball game. 30-14, 7:31. Clock continues to run.
Shotgun formation again here for Kessler. Mike Williams there on their reception. Back to pass. Play actions. Fires to the far side of the field. And it is caught somehow by Justin Williams inside the 5 to the 4 in between two Madison Central defenders.
I don't know how he came down with that ball, Jeremy.
No idea.
I thought that was an interception. I think they both had possession in the air before it finally came down.
Well, it's 1st and goal from the 4 for the Vikings. Again, down by 16. 7 minutes left. Vikings will huddle up. They have timeouts, so they have plenty of time in this game. They'll have one wide receiver to the near side, power formation, nobody out to the far side. Stamps alongside Kessler. There's a snap. Hand off to Stamps. Working the far side. Stamps is going to be wrapped up and thrown down after about a gain of a yard. That big front for Madison Central is making it difficult to run. Vikings going to have to get creative to get in that end zone against them. Be 2nd down here for the Vikings.
2nd down and goal to go from the 3, but that's a long 3 yards, Jeremy.
No kidding. A long 3. Same formation. Stamps in the backfield. Kessler takes a snap. Hand off to Stamps. Stamps will power to the end zone. Touchdown, Warren Central. Aaron Stamps.
Well, it didn't seem that long on that play because that young man just waltzed into the end zone. Bells ringing in the background. Crowd comes to life. 6:22 to go. 30-20. Here's the decision. Looks like they're going to go for 2. They almost have to, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Madison Central, a victim of not having a kicking game, has actually favored them in this game, and it gives them the advantage because the Vikings don't get 2. It's still a 2-possession game. So shotgun for Kessler. He'll take the snap. Play action. Rolls to the far side of the field. Under all kind of pressure. Will look. Will fire. Into the end zone. Is it caught? No. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Oh, now it's still a 10-point game.
30-20, 6:22 to go.
Well, Madison able to execute 2-point conversion. Not the Vikings. And that kind of hurts. So with 6 minutes and 22 seconds, Vikings will trail, and we'll send it back to the station for a quick timeout and be back with more Vikings football on V105.5.
You got to score twice. Don't do that. Kick it off. Let the defense do what they've been doing.
Or you kick it deep. Let's see, Vikings are showing like they're onside kicking. They're going to onside kick. And we welcome you back, and the Vikings try an onside kick, and it will be recovered by Madison Central at the 44-yard line. Not a very good onside kick. It was a line drive right at one of the Madison Central players.
He just took it and hit the ground with it, Jeremy. Didn't want to probably a smart play on their part. Don't try to run it. Nothing fancy. Just grab the ball and hit the ground.
Well, it's a 10-point game, 30-20. Madison Central leading with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. Vikings still have timeouts in this game.
Here comes Madison.
But the Vikings defense has got to go to work and figure out a way to get this offense off the field. And I imagine the Vikings are going to get a healthy dose of good speed or the option, one of the two. Let's see. Shotgun formation. Schwartz will take the snap. He will take it. He will pitch it out on the option. And the running back will have a little bit of running room out near the 50. They're going to mark him at the 49. That's a nice, it could have been a bigger gain than that. But they're only going to say about 5 yards.
Also there, Curtis Ross.
So he's second down for Madison. As the option has worked really well for Madison here as of late. Let's see if Madison will stick with it. Shotgun formation again here for Schwartz. Schwartz will take the snap. Again, play action looking to run the option. Now we'll pitch it. Running room again for Madison. And he'll bowl over a defender at the 40 and be knocked down at the 38-yard line. A first down for Madison.
Well, they're going to have to stop him, Jerry.
Option.
They're going to have to stop him if they've got any hope at all. 30-20 with 5:34 to go in the game.
Yeah, every first down is time that the Vikings cannot afford to give up.
The clock is not their friend right now, and they're going to have to figure out a way to work with the clock.
Well, they got to slow this option down. Shotgun formation again. Schwartz will take the snap. This time we'll hand it off to Goodspeed up the middle. He's going to run over some Vikings across 35, inside the 30, down near the 25. They're going to mark him at the 27. That's close to another first down.
Looks like they're going to, well, see where the spot is. They're taking their time deciding. First down.
That's a first down.
Move the chains.
Check 1, 2.
The third first down on the drive for Madison. Clock runs near 5 minutes left in this game. 10-point game. Madison leading 30-20. Vikings have everybody up front trying to figure out how to slow down the run. There's the snap. Again, the quarterback will keep it. Head up the middle. He's got some running room into the open field. Run down from behind at the 15, the 10, and wrestle down near the 8-yard line. First and goal, Madison Central.
4:49 to play, Jeremy. 30-20. Madison Central's inside the 10, just inside the 10-yard line with the ball.
Yeah, Jake Schwartz has just been phenomenal tonight for Madison Central. Run this offense efficiently and done a great job here in the second half. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. Fire to the far side of the field. Caught. Runs over a defender. Touchdown. Wow.
Did you see that hit? That was a hit.
Keenan Barnes, only a sophomore, just absolutely lowered his shoulder on a Vikings defender and catches a touchdown pass, and it's 36-20.
Another touchdown pass, and we've got to listen to that Madison Central fight song one more time.
I hate that fight song.
Not as much as I do, brother. Oh, boy.
Man. Well, let me tell you.
That's a little inside joke for Jeremy.
Yeah, I know it is. Oh, there's a snap back. Fired to the end zone looking for a 2-point conversion, and it is no good.
Knockdown, no flag. That was a pretty clean what they did right there. So 4:26 to go in the game, Jeremy. 36-20. I think the wind's come out of the sails here, but they're going to get back to work. Coach isn't going to let them stop. They've got to get right back at it.
Well, I tell you, if you go back and look at the first half, this team did nothing in the first half, and they've really looked good here in the second.
Score.
But you just have to wonder, how tired is that defense from the first half being on the field the entire game? Madison Central's really kind of taking advantage of that defense here in the second half. You wonder if there's any type of mental fatigue that's just been there and physical fatigue from playing the whole first half on the field.
Now we see the same thing happening that happened right after the beginning. Warren Central's on the field ready to receive. Madison hadn't taken the field yet. Now they march on.
They're just trying to drag the game out a little more. Well, Madison Central is just 4 minutes away here from 4 minutes from
a win, and their first win on the road.
Their first road win, and be 3-0 in this division, and be in full control as they've already played Clinton and Murrah with wins over both. And there's a kick, and they will try to kick it deep. Oh, my goodness. It is fielded at the 20-yard line by the Vikings. And it's fumbled, and Madison Central will have it. Curtis Ross fumbles it, recovered by Madison at the 36-yard line. Well, when it rains, it pours.
Yep. I think we're going to have to listen to that fight song one more time.
Oh, you're funny. You are funny. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. 36-20 is our score here. And
Madison late out on the field again.
Well, shotgun formation. And the starters for Madison still on the field, so let's see. Schwartz will take the snap. Hand off to Goodspeed, straight up the middle. He's going to run over a couple guys to the 15, inside the 10. And now just big runs. And this game's looking, it could be out of hand. First and goal here for Madison. So we enter the fourth quarter tied at 14. It's 36-20 right now.
4 minutes to go.
I don't know what happened.
Clock's starting to wind. Everybody's on.
I do know what happened. I will recap that.
The wheels came off.
We'll recap that here shortly. If Madison's able to score here, the play that broke the Camel's back. There's Schwartz will keep it on the quarterback keeper, power his way near the 5. They're going to mark him shy about the 7. The straw that broke the Camel's back, I'm going to go back to the big interception by Madison Central's Frederick Ross. He prevented what was probably a touchdown for Warren Central that would have tied this game again in the fourth and blew this game wide open. And since then, the Vikings haven't really been able to respond. There's the snap, handoff up the middle to the big fella. That's Goodspeed, and he'll power down near the 2.
Jeremy, that pickoff and then all the way back to the house, that you're exactly right. That was something Warren Central's not been able to get over yet.
I mean, because that was a play that made this a 2-possession game. The Vikings were driving even after Madison Central scored. They were in Madison Central territory. They were looking great. They had a man wide open down the sidelines, and it was just a great play by Madison Central, and it changed the complexity.
Clock's running inside.
There's the option, and Madison looking to get in the end zone, and they will on the option pitch. And now it's getting out of hand. Madison Central has blown the fourth quarter wide open. They only had 14 points when we started this quarter. They've got 42 now. Goodness gracious. This is the same thing that happened last year. And now Madison's going to try an extra point. They couldn't do it the first time. Like, well, let's see if we can do it now.
Well, the young man obviously needs some practice, so let's give him some.
Well, there is the snap. It's down. The kick is up. Nearly blocked, but he hits it. So 43-20 is our score with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. We'll send it back station and take a timeout and be back with more Vikings football on V105.5.
Cell phone usage is becoming a major problem with young drivers today. The primary responsibility of the driver is to operate a motor vehicle safely. The task of driving requires full attention and focus. Cell phone use can distract drivers from this task, risking harm to themselves and others. Therefore, the safest course of action is to refrain from using a cell phone while driving. Please refrain yourself from using cell phones or PDAs while driving. It's for the safety of others and yourself. The very life you save just may be your own.
And we welcome you back here to Viking Stadium as it's kind of gotten out of hand here as Madison's starting to really assert themselves here in the fourth quarter. And there is a sky kick again to the far side of the field, fielded by the up man for the Vikings. That's Reagan looking for a return, and Reagan will power across the 40 to the 45 to the 46-yard line. Well, Kyle, I say the score is not going to reflect the way this game was played. The score sits at 43-20, but really the interception just broke the will of the Vikings. I mean, this game was absolutely close. It was a dogfight, and And Madison just after that interception made a 2-possession game, and they haven't looked back since. I mean, 43 points.
And listen, the crowd's out of this game as you look out on them. We see half the benches over there. They're literally behind the sideline sitting down. And
well, Kessler will take the snap and fire to the far side to Reagan. He's going to break one tackle and get inside the 45-yard line into Madison Central territory. Going to run him out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Stepped out of bounds. That stopped the clock. They're going to have to manage this clock in some kind of, Jeremy, just almost magical way. 2:32 to go. As soon as they set the change, well, no, they'll wait for the snap to start the clock.
Well, 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. Kessler again in the shotgun. There's a snap back, looking to throw, fires the far side, got Corey Davis, will make a move. Powers his way inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Going to be enough for another first down.
They'll move. I tell you what I saw with Corey Davis on that one, Jeremy. He was standing there waiting on the ball, and you haven't seen that all night long. So big opportunity, you know, that may have missed too. Another route he was running there because he was standing there waiting on it.
Shotgun formation from Kessler. 2:15 left in the game. 20-43 is our score. Madison leading. There's a snap by Kessler. Fires to the far side of the field. Has Mike Williams. Mike will break to the far side of the field to the 20-15, 10, 5, and we run out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him at the 1.
Stepped out of bounds, but again, Jeremy, same thing. He's standing over there on the other far side of the field, waiting on the ball. Nobody around him.
Well, Vikings are not giving up, still working on that offense here. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line here from the Vikings with a 2:01 left. And they would look to see if they can't add another touchdown. There is the snap. Handoff to Stamps. He'll power into the end zone for another touchdown. And the Vikings will get on the board again. 26 now to 43 is our score. And the Vikings will go for 2.
Ran that one in, Jeremy, right into the end zone without much
Really, yeah, just
much effort. Really, nobody trying to stop him. Really.
Well, Madison's really kind of got this game in control, up 43-26. Vikings are going to go for 2, which will make this again a 2-possession game. Here is a snap, play action, fires it, and it's caught by King on some amazing catch for the 2-point conversion. So now 28-43.
Dove all the way down for that one, Jeremy, and he caught it.
Well,
he had to backtrack on that one.
The coaching staff is already talking to his kickoff team. They still believe this game is – they're going to play it to the end.
Listen, you know that about Coach Morgan. He's not giving up, and he's not going to – look, he doesn't have the second string in there. He's in there fighting for everything. He wants to win.
Well, 28-43 is now the score. And I tell you, if you're a Viking fan, you're looking at, man, where was this team in the first half? If they were anything in the first half, we're not even talking about this being a game. We'd have blown Madison Central out of here. But without having anything here in the first half, it hasn't really been the same. So Madison's able to take advantage. So the Vikings again will try an onside kick. Down only 2 possessions to Madison Central with 1:56 left. There's the whistle and there is the kick, and it is fielded by Madison at the 27. Just a line drive.
Did the same thing, bounced it off the bounced a couple times right into Madison, and they did the same thing. Obviously, their coach is telling them what to do with that. Catch the ball and go to the ground.
Yeah, if you're doing an onside kick, you got to kick on top of the ball and force a very big bounce and have your team an opportunity for a jump ball somewhere. If it's just a line drive at somebody, your shots are slim.
That's right, and so that's happened 2 times now. Obviously, they want to get that onside kick, but not well executed.
Well,
there's a little confusion out here now, too. Warren Central's got way too many people on the field. They've got to.
With 1:53 left, 43-28. Madison now's got
Warren
the backups.
Central's got 12 men on the field.
There's the snap. Quarterback will keep it straight up the middle. Makes one guy miss. Powers his way inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Trey Smith on the carry. And now a timeout by the Vikings. They are not giving up. They want another shot.
Madison Central walks over to talk to their coach. 1:41 to play, 43-28.
Well, if the score upholds the way it is and the result is Madison Central winning this game, the Vikings will still have an opportunity for a home field advantage in the playoffs that they're going to have to figure out how to get through Murrah and Clinton to be able to do that. But if they do end up driving this game, they'll still need it with 2 more wins to get into the playoffs, at least 3, maybe 4 more if they're going to be able to host a playoff game. Vikings selling out again on the blitz. Looking at 2nd down and 4 for Madison. From the 43-yard line of the Vikings. Shotgun formation here for Trey. He takes a snap, and he will just carry it straight up the middle. Makes one guy miss into the open field of the 30, the 35, 20, 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Madison Central.
Touchdown carry, quarterback Trey Smith.
What has happened in the second half? I don't understand.
Jeremy, this Warren Central defense has just absolutely run out of gas.
I mean, this quarter alone, I'm telling you, Madison had 14 points going in this quarter. They're an extra point from 50 points. I mean, it's just unbelievable.